Oh. Yep. The sun, believe it or not, is none other than a black hole. But you see, it's a black hole inversed. Inversed. As in, we are on the inside of it. So when you look at the sun or the black hole, in this particular case, this black hole, the sun, or which we know as the sun, you are looking from the inside of a black hole. All those rays, all that light that blasts our skin, that blasts the vegetation and brings it life in summertime. It's none other than light from another verse, whether it's a universe or multiverse, another verse, another reality. That is the light you are beholding right now as you look up at the sun. This hole that we have come to know as the sun is sucking in light, just like the scientists have said about black holes. But we are accustomed to thinking of black holes from the outside, right? The outside looking in, imagining and wondering how on earth it would be on the inside of the black hole. So powerful these holes are that nothing can escape them, including light. But of course, creation involves destruction, and destruction creates. So the very light you are seeing, the very light you are feeling, the very light that is blessing me right now is light that has been sucked in from another place. But because we are on the inside, we have not thought outside the box. So someone may hear this or listen to this and think, what on earth am I on about? And there was no pun intended in that. But that is my truth. And who knows if one day it will be proven right. That's not the point. Because you see, it's nearly impossible to get close to the sun. And if you are into the occult or mysticism, you will know that they say the sun is where souls exit this realm, where your ancestors are, those who made it that far anyway. So are they going to the New Jerusalem? Is the New Jerusalem on the other side of this hole? Powerful the hole is, it appears to be a sphere, not even a 2D disc. Because if you sun gaze and you look at the sun long enough, you will notice that it starts to go black and you see the vibration. You see that disc, or what appears to be anyway, vibrating very, very rapidly. And they say there are two, if not more, modes of the sun. There are two layers of the sun. There are two versions. You've got the visible sun, which we can see. That is everything coming from the sun, which has created this reality, stardust. And then you have a hidden sun, the one that you can't see. Now, if you ask me, the hidden sun can only be seen once you've actually gone through that hole in reverse. Because once upon a time, we were in another reality and we got sucked in all the particles, all the elements, all the lights got sucked in by this hole that you call the sun. And we ended up down here. So when we look at the sun, we are looking at our past. We are looking at where we came from. Because that is us. We have all broken down and we have all formed into Eddie, person A, person B, person C. But we were all particles. We all came from another reality. Whether you deem that reality to be heaven, whether you deem that reality to be, there's a word I'm thinking of. It will come to me if it's necessary. Perfection, and that wasn't the word. But just look up at the sun when you can. Don't look at the sun at any time of the day. I was telling my family members yesterday that you sun gaze only within the first hour of sunrise and the last hour before sunset. Because that's what they advise, and it makes sense, because if I was to look directly at the sun now, it would disturb my eyes. Yet if you get up with the sun, your sunrise, as I talk about in astrology, and you gaze at the sun, you will feel renewed. You will feel purified, brand new, ready for a new day. And come and check it after your day, as it's setting, going to sleep. Again, you will feel this, what can I say, euphoria. You will feel this innate belonging when you are hit by the sun. Because I always say that when you're hit by sunlight, it feels like a hug. And I've suffered from vitamin D deficiency, and I probably will till I move to a climate that is more conducive to healthy living for me. And I pray that happens soon. But at this moment, the present, being a present, I'm going to enjoy this sunlight. I'm going to enjoy the underside of this black hole that we call the sun. Because believe you me, it is a portal. It is a gateway. A very powerful one. And there are bigger black holes in our universe, in our Milky Way galaxy. This sun that we know as ours is nothing compared to some of the other suns in other star systems. And guess what? They are black holes too. Doesn't matter whether the scientists or the books have said so or not. This is what I know. And any information that you gain, you can find it within, because you have a sun within your own body. You have your own solar system and galaxy. Did you know that? Science goes even to say that. So start sun gazing, especially while you can, for those of us who are in the northern hemisphere. Those of you too who are in the extreme southern hemispheres, like, you know, Chile in Southern America, those of you in South Africa, make sure you get as much sun exposure as you can when the time is right. Because we can't take it for granted, I'm sure you know that. And for those of you who live near and far enough to get the sun around the equator, blessings to you. You know what I'm talking about. But we have to take the sun more seriously, guys, because it is the reason for our very existence. If the sun went away for one day, as in if it were to fall out the sky, which couldn't happen, of course, because we are all subject to it by the sheer force that it has brought in and that it manipulates all of us. But let's just say, you know, speaking fictionally here, if the sun fell out of the sky or it just decided to disappear for a day, did you know that the whole world and everything in this verse, or should I say solar system, would just go haywire? I wouldn't even want to imagine what would happen, but it wouldn't be pretty. The sun is very important, folks. I won't even go into the esoterica of it. This is where I'll leave you for now. The sun is the black hole, inversed. You are looking at a black hole from the underside, from the inside, not the outside, as the scientists in the West, the scientists on paper have told us. Because remember, everything in society is exoteric. That is, being on the outside, looking at things externally, looking at things on the shallow end. But we go very deep, don't we? As infinite beings, we go very deep. So we see things esoterically. So you're looking at the sun from an esoteric point of view, not an exoteric one. Of course, there are black holes within our system that we can see exoterically, and we will see them soon. But esoterically, from within, the source, the core, the heart of the matter, because your heart is a sun, you are looking at a black hole, and you are seeing the effects of a black hole once it has taken everything from another verse. So if you ever wondered how it would be like to be in a black hole or to see a black hole from within, you've been doing so every day since you were born. But were you aware of it? Peace.